Hello, hello, hello. Shit, guys, sorry. Wait. Murphy's fucking law. Murphy's law. Murphy's law. Okay. So much shit happened in the last 7 minutes, but it's fine. It's fine. Hello, guys. Yo. YouTube music kicking ass, as always. Man, I might flip the script one of these days. Throw it over. Yet let Twitch enjoy the YouTube music for once. Aren't I supposed to be hiking in the mountains? That was the plan. Then the weather said, fuck you. Here's clouds. So nah. I did some chores, some errands. I went for a trim. Because it was a fucking mop. Hold on. Let me open my chat too. There we go. So I don't have to look at the... Yo, love the lore impatience. Yeah. I promise you. I didn't even try to doom scroll last night. Didn't even try to doom scroll. I thought like, dude, go to bed. The morning will come. My chores took over the morning. Now we're here. Yo, guys, hello. No, mate, 35, Salina. Ratagwan. Hello, guys. Hello. Again, I had a haircut set up for like 4:30. So like immediately after, where I was thinking this stream will end, my barber calls me. He's a friend. He's a long-time friend. He goes like, dude, I have a bunch of like cancellations. Can you show up like 2 hours earlier? I'm like, yeah, sure. Fuck it, bro. Let's go. I'm like, I will get home immediately after my haircut, start the stream, right? I come home. Small family emergency. Nothing serious, literally. Just some, again, bullshit programming takes over. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you very much. Hello. Oh my god. I still can't believe. When was the first stream? Hold on. Hodl. So, trailers first. Yes. We'll get back to it. Like it's already. I've just searched Elden Ring. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let the algorithm do its thing, right? Weather, gravity. It's like a force of nature or something. I am prone to gravity, especially. Murphy, yes, Murphy's law. What can go wrong for you, fucking will. Yo, Hurricane. Which game am I playing right now? Dude, we literally just finished the DLC for Elden Ring last night. Like 10.5 hours of Elden Ring, 4.5 of which was just Radahn. I went through. Hold on. Someone said, "Oh, come on, YouTube." Hold on. My channel. Hold on. No, that's playlist. So the playlist is up to date. The Elden Ring VODs are in. Now these are admittedly very, very poor in handling because I only just hit it. Basically, I have literally just went ahead and for most streams, I only chapter out the intro, the full game, and the outro. What's this though? What's this? Radahn starts at 10:15, right? Sorry, 5:15. 10:15. First foray through the fucking fog. From 5:15 to come on. 9:50. 4.5 hours straight Radan. I'm not gonna count the pulls. No one is that bored, right? No one is that bored to go through that many failures. It must be like low balling it 90, probably over 100, probably over 100 pulls. Some of them, like a few of them, went far into the second base. Some of them, I got hit by the gravity pull through the fog, immediately reset the fight. Oh my god. So yeah, sorry, Hurricane. We're wrapping up. Today is an impromptu shorter stream. To just literally, I want to start watching. I want to let the algorithm take its course. And I really want to watch some videos. I wanted to wait to start on stream, basically. Here we go. Tell us your perspective for lore. Dude, no mate. Yes, okay, give me just a moment. Because it's been a long time, right? That is what I wanted to check. The first Elden Ring stream is... Oh, for fuck's sake. I hit the tag instead. February. Hold, can you see it? You can see it, right? Yeah. February 13th. Now, admittedly, I did have like a 2-week gap. So let's go with start of March, end of February. Almost 2 months. Almost 2 months of Elden Ring. So I have no idea. I have some idea of what I'm playing next. Just nothing concrete yet. I must take the weekend. Maybe even Sunday. Maybe even Monday. Like Monday, we might just place another short stream of just playing Elden Ring or something like that. To let myself like get into the vibe of the next game. It might be God of War. It might be some Witcher 3 action. TBD. Probably God of War. Probably God of War. Most likely God of War. I'm waiting to see if it's gonna come up on sale. Never gonna. But no, probably God of War. Obviously gonna watch a few bits today, so may I recommend what 2 videos to watch first? Hold on. No. Yes, I will watch whatever you guys want me to watch. Okay, not everything, but I will take recommendations. We're gonna start with the trailers. And then I think I wanna start with an explanation of the Tarnished. Like, oh, chosen undead. I need to know. I want to know what people at least think about the Tarnished. As far as my perspective on the lore, I really don't have a solidified vision about that. I really don't have a solidified vision about that. Something about the Faded Grace. We read in one of the sword graveyards. Like, about Godfrey. We read something about... And then there were no more armies to kill, no more land to conquer, something like that. Right? Something epic. And so he faded into the sunset. Like, I wanna get with that because if I wanna see who has what opinion about the Tarnished, then I'm gonna get through the rest of them. But yeah, I have some ideas. No, mate, I will go for it. Sorry. Also, Crypto, hello, man. Hello, dude. Sorry. Didn't mean to ignore you there. I'm so sorry. You caught me monologuing. Again, as I do. Best 2 months of streaming. It was amazing. Honestly, I'm gonna play Elden Ring again. I'm gonna play Elden Ring even off stream. Like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna get those last 2 endings. Yo, you who get live. Yes, God of War is a good shout. Dude, I need... Salina, I need a palette cleanser. I need something a bit less difficult, literally. Like something I wanna play a game movie. So I think God of War can be that, right? I want to play an interactive movie for a bit. Now, Elden Ring and Dark Souls were cinema. But I was playing at high gear for a few of those moments, especially in Dark Souls. So, for now, I think God of War will be a nice palate cleanser. Also, sorry, God of War is the one game I haven't played that I want to play right now. There is also Subnautica 2 and Witcher 3 DLC. I think I'm gonna start Witcher 3 off stream, a playthrough, because it can be boring to just watch me play a game I know in and out. But I think God of War is gonna be the next stream thing. I think. It must be shorter than Elden Ring was. There is no shot. I doubt it's gonna take us not even a month. God of War can definitely be that very cinematic. I think so. Have I spoiled myself for God of War 18? A bit. I know the characters, right? I know some characters. I couldn't help myself. Even like when it came out, I grew up with God of War. I played God of War 1 and 2 on PS2. 2, right? Yeah. And God of War 3 on a friend's PS3. I grew up with God of War. So I couldn't help myself. I know it's in the Nordic regions. I know it's with the Nordic pantheon. I know Kratos is a lot more mellow. I know some characters. I know Loki. Sorry, I know about Loki. I know Freya, Mimir. Thor, yeah. I'm guessing even the rest. Like, it's God of War, right? I'm sure I'm sure the entire pantheon is coming. I'm sure. All the same, knowing they exist and playing the game, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. What about Ragnarok? Ragnarok, far less. Ragnarok, no. I don't think I do. It's a jumble in my head, guys. I'm sorry. I know, like, the new installation of God of War, I know of it. Not in particular, like, I don't know which part has which characters. I'm really like, I have spoiled myself just enough to scintillate myself, basically. Can I handle turn-based Pokemon style combat? I find that a bit boring. No, 35. Like, I don't mind turn-based combat, but I can't enjoy the old Final Fantasy pixel JRPG style. I loved BG3. I loved Divinity Original Sin. I don't mind turn-based combat. In fact, I prefer turn-based combat to pause direct and play. Like, what do you call it? Like, come on. Dragon Age Origins was. Right? I prefer turn-based combat. It's just I'm not good with pixel graphics. I really can't get into it. I never played those games. I specifically ask for your perspective on backstory before we begin the game. Game story, cinema you lived, and ways to interpret and gain parallels. Hold on. BG3, yeah, one moment, no, mate. I got you. I can do this. Nice too. Ragnarok is better IMO. You'll enjoy it. Okay. I'm gonna enjoy this no matter what, guys. Again, because like Souls-likes were a very, god damn it, Bezos. Wait, I'm explaining. Souls-likes were a new thing for me. Like I think the next Souls-like I play, I will enjoy even more after I've gotten a break from this to digest the enjoyment, basically. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna enjoy the cinema of God of War alone. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Crypto. BG3 I loved. BG3, do I have Steam open? I think I don't. Hold on. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. I do have it. Okay. Get over here. Oh, shit. EA sale. By the way, yeah, guys. EA sale. If you're interested in anything, I got some stuff. I actually got the Star Wars Jedi games in my cart. Considering. Yeah, BG3. Look at this. I loved playing BG3 so much. I got all the achievements in like before the first month was done, and they went ahead and added another one for the honor mode right after. Like, I'm really gonna go for it. I'm really gonna go for this. I might do this off stream because it's just one achievement, but goddamn, I loved BG3. I loved turn-based combat. I do. May have started playing it yesterday for the first time, which is why it came to mind. Oh, Crypto, don't watch. Ignore the achievements. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Enjoy the game all 5 times you will want to play it. Maybe 6. It does give itself. It lends itself to replayability. The Dark Urge playthrough will humble you, but also love it. One own time, sorry. In your own time? Yeah, no made. Sorry, no made. I will reread that paragraph because I don't think I caught it wholly, but I will get back to that. It's completely off topic, but what do you think of the Marvel movies and where they're going with the new Doomsday trailer? I haven't seen it yet. Honestly, I'm not gonna see it yet. I'm gonna wait a bit. I'm gonna get spoiled, maybe. I know already, like, who is in it. But since Endgame, I really haven't cared for Marvel. Honestly, it felt like beating a dead horse. Like, there is that point, where greatness becomes something normal, something pedantic. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. There needs to be a gap of normie stuff to appreciate the greatness. Like what you guys said earlier, you can't have not every boss can be Relana. You have to have some golden hippos to appreciate Relana more. So yeah, I loved the original Marvel like saga. I kind of like Thor, the last installment of Thor really didn't leave me impressed, so I've left Marvel alone for a long time. A long time. I will get back to it, Salina. I will. Because I did see like who is in it. I love Doctor Doom. Victor Von Doom is one of my favorite antagonists. No matter what shade of gray or black his morality takes, depending on the story, I love Victor Von Doom. I do. Highly recommend Ghost of Tsushima. Oh, it's not on sale, right? It was on my recommended. I did see it. It's been in my recommended for like 5 years. Not there, but yeah, it's on my mind. It's on my mind. Is it on sale? It's not. It's not. It's not.
M for mature.
Yeah. No. I'ma wait for it. I will catch this again. So many games I want to play, but goddamn, like I still have Cyberpunk and Red Dead 2 in my library. I just don't feel like playing them at the moment. We'll get to it. But yeah, Rataguan. I think it must be on my wishlist. It is on my wishlist, actually. I'm not even gonna check. It is. Sorry, 35. Darkest Dungeon, cinematic AF, story heavy, gorgeous artwork. What's your genre? I don't have the skills to manage turn-based combat. For those that can, it's an actually kind thing of beauty. Currently trying to master ZBrush. I think I've played Darkest Dungeon before, ages ago. I have it, yeah. I played it for like an hour. But I think I tried to play this. When did I do that? Dude, like, yeah. December 16, 2019. I think I was actually, I was in my employment era back then, like heavy shit. I think I don't remember why I gave it up. Honestly, I might just pick this up too. This feels more like I don't know how it is to stream. I would play it a bit off stream to see how it feels like. Again, it sounds stupid. It's like a first world problem. I know, but streaming games isn't always easy depending on the game and the streamer's proclivity to that game. It has to match. Tsushima is a great story. I've been told so. That's why I want to try it. I was told, for years I heard that Tile, another streamer, he's usually in chat sometimes, Tsushima is apparently what AC Shadows should have been. I really want to play that game. Yo, Tiago, hello. Doing great, bro. Doing excellent. Excellent. Sorry, you've got me monologuing. I'm about to start watching some Elden Ring videos because we finished the game yesterday and the DLC. And now it's time to let the spoiler floodgates open. Tsushima is one of the most beautiful looking games I've ever played alongside Elden Ring and Red Dead 2. Really? I have it on my wishlist. I don't. Now it is. I really don't. Is there like a deluxe edition?
Rated M for mature.
I know. I'm sure it is. Shush. Now it is. Sorry, guys. I lied. So, let's do the pro move. Okay. Is this a DLC? I'm guessing. Yeah. So an aggregate. Sorry, a sum. Holy shit! English, math. Excellent. So that's like 63, 76 hours. What is Elden Ring? So Elden Ring on average is to complete 135 plus 51 hours. Sorry, let's do this. Main and extra. Yeah. So 101, 140 hours. We did it in 200. Because we're that lovely. To be fair, we did the completionist run, most likely. Yeah. We did to the scenic route. So like half. So Tsushima would be half the runtime of what I made Elden Ring to be. We could do that. We might do that. Yo, Mima. Yo, Tiago. Sorry. Let me catch up. I did see Tiago about Black Flag Resynced. I'm gonna wait a bit. I wanna see more gameplay. Don't get me started. I was literally, oh my god. Literally, I was at my barber's like less than an hour ago. We were literally talking about Black Flag. My barber is like 3 years older than me. We started talking about WoW 15 years ago. What a lovely relationship. I wish that upon all of you. We were just talking about it. I am willing to pay money to Ubisoft to remaster. Not remaster. Yeah, remaster all of the Assassin's Creed games up to like Brotherhood. Sorry, Brotherhood Revelations, maybe even Assassin's Creed 3. I am honestly like, I would prefer they invest their full time and effort into making remakes and touch-ups of the first 4 or 5 Assassin's Creed games for the next 10 years than making any other shit. They obviously, like, they're in a rut, artistically, like, they're in a literal rut. They can't make good new shit. Please polish up what your predecessors created. Don't change it. Just fucking make it shinier. That sounds doable, right? Even for Ubisoft. Anyway, policy. Thank you guys. Vent is over. Rant is over. Yo, Mima, sorry. It's time to get out of the comfort zone. You know what it means? Peppa Pig time. Is there a Peppa game? Really? I don't think that will happen. POP has serious problems with the remake. What is POP? Sorry, guys, I'm blacking out here. POP. Oh, Bridge of Persia. Bridge of Persia. Yeah, I did say make it shiny. Make it shiny. Make it good, right? Change nothing. Don't make the feminine characters blocky. Don't make the burly male characters matchsticks. just take what was like, take Bonnie in all her boniness from Resynced and just, goddammit, make it bigger. Male brain, it works, right? I am the target audience. Make it work for me. Woo! July 9th and game will be out, so set the timer. July 9th? Really? W Barber. Tiago, if any of you were in Athens, I would recommend. There's a little rumor, first trilogy in the series going to have a remake or remaster in 27, 28. Not a remake. God, no. No. Don't remake it. No. You do not know better. If I, like everyone in Ubisoft is gonna watch this, but don't remake the epics. Give them a touch-up, right? Give them a touch-up. Again, make the graphics a bit more, not even anthropomorphic, not even more photorealistic. Just give them a bit of a pizzazz, a bit of flair, a bit more color, right? Bring them in line with today's good standards. Don't remake them. I'm against remakes in that way. Unless, like, the original creator signs off, which I guess, for all intents and purposes, that is Ubisoft, and Ubisoft, why not? They will remake anything. But I would prefer a remaster than a remake. I don't hate remakes. I just don't like them just for the sake of it. You know? That's just time were there for the remake and they said no. We were discussing this like a month or two ago, but about how it came out that FromSoft had turned down a bunch of proposed remakes for Bloodborne by Sony. I get that, right? A remake and a remaster are different. To remake something is to change it, right? Make smaller alterations in the story, in the vibe, in the beat, in the visual identity. To remaster is to just change the visual identity, yes, but not the story, not the feel. They rejected the remasters too, apparently. Okay, fair as well. If it's not to their vision, I get it, right? I get it. Like, if the remaster means take a gross monstrosity and give it defined shape, and you don't want that, I get that. But there must be also, yes, sorry, Mima, I did see that. My Giga brain speed read that. Yes, there must be like a statute of limitations, let's call it. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna take a PS2 game, there's only so much you can remaster. I get it. Again, with the blessing of the original creator. Resynced is not a remaster, by the way. Wait, Resynced alters the events? Resynced is a remake? I thought Resynced was just that. Like a remaster. Resynced changes the story, Tiago? I haven't looked into it, but I just assumed it's just a remaster. Just a better, basically, shinier looking game. The Black Flag is a remake from the ground up. The story changes. Hold on. PC Gamer, yeah, sure. From the ground up with a combat overhaul. Same classic story. Okay. No. Changes to the combat and stealth. Okay, that's subjective, but I don't care about that. Right? As long as the combat isn't RPG, action, as long as the combat is the stealth approach, stealth, parry, riposte, retreat, then I'm good. That's Assassin's Creed, right? If they mean combat again, story guys. The story guy. I don't care about the combat if it's playable, right? If it doesn't feel bad to play. July 9th. You were right there, Tiago. Holy shit. Okay. Just over yon horizon. Don't try to be funny. Okay. I'm okay with it. Don't think they're changing the story, just adding a few. No. Sekiro is a remake? Sekiro has a remake? What do you mean? Sekiro? There was a previous Sekiro? Or do you mean it was inspired by another game? Also, sorry, Leon. Hello, dude. Hello. And Blind Guardian starts playing. On Twitch. Amazing. Because now hear our song in the land of... I don't think they're changing the story, just adding a few quests. Okay, I'm good with that. Somehow it looks pretty good. I mean, I haven't really... I've seen a few stills on Twitter. Yeah, I haven't looked into it. I've been thinking about Elden Ring for the last month. Still am. I will look into it. I'm very excited about it. Again, Assassin's Creed, for me, like, the story up to Revelations is cinema. So, AC1, 2, Brotherhood and Revelations are up there, right? I would put these games back then they were in my top 10. Right now, I don't think so. Because my taste has shifted. Like, they would barely be edged out of the top 10. The story is top 10. The story and feel of AC1, 2, Brotherhood and Revelations is up there. It will be up there. After the end of Revelations, if you know, you know. If you don't, play them. Hell, even the end of Brotherhood was annoying. But I got through it because Ezio carried us. In the end of Revelations, what I grew attached to in the franchise was gone. So AC3, I didn't care. Nice game. Didn't mind it. Black Flag, again, nice game. Loved playing it. The story, like, again, the overworld story, I didn't care for. After that, I've not played anything. I haven't played Rogue. I haven't played Unity. Not Syndicate, not Origins. I played a bit of Valhalla through a friend's copy. But even these, like, especially the Odyssey and Valhalla, I still didn't enjoy much. Yeah, the rest I haven't touched. I stopped caring about the story in Revelations, which was a big drop. Like, Revelations was where the cinema plateaued out. AC3 and 4 were fun games, but the story, After that, nada. So I would pay money to play all these. In fact, I truly hope Resynced does amazingly. Because that will mean there's a shot for the others, like Tiago said. There is a shot for the others to be remade. Sorry, to be remastered. Sekiro is a remake, Reimagined Rebirth, Tenchu 30 years ago. Ah, okay. Yeah, okay. I haven't played those games. You've mentioned Tenchu before, but I don't think I couldn't play that. That's too old for me to play. I don't think they're changing the story. Yeah, Elden Ring consumed everything. Like, for the last month, I've been living, breathing, playing, eating Elden Ring. Like, if I'm not playing Elden Ring, I'm editing Elden Ring videos. If I'm not editing Elden Ring videos, I'm dreaming about the game. So, goddamn. Valhalla has decent story and intel hunting. Odyssey was quite repetitive and boring. Yeah, like Valhalla, I didn't. Again, it's the RPG, the action RPG part. It's not Assassin's Creed for me. What I loved the simplicity of Altair. I feel like Ezio, the combat, like the polished combat of Ezio was the top of it. Anywho, it's time. It's time. I've been edging for long enough. What did you say earlier, Nomad? Hold on. Oh shit, my I have guys, I'm so sorry. I've pinched a nerve somehow this week on my shoulder. My shoulder. And it just keeps hurting at random movements. I'm gonna be stretching it a lot. What did you say earlier? Blah, 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 blah. I asked about your perspective on backstory, game story, and interpretation. Oh yeah, so hold on, Nosferatu, wait up. Back to Elden Ring. Back to Elden Ring. So I have some questions. I have some ideas about the story. The problem is there's like so many story nodes over the last 2 months. I've forgotten like how they all converge. You should try Assassin's Creed Mirage, then go back to the Altair type feel. Mirage, okay. Okay. I just might. Just might. Thank you. Gonna have to sell an old iPhone or something and get you a PS2. No. That wouldn't work. 35. Like I wish I could, but because I never had an experience with those games, it's not gonna be the same. I will not be able to appreciate it. I really won't. Which is annoying. I've had the same thing before. Like I've tried to get friends of mine to play games that I knew were amazing, but were not up their alley. It just doesn't work. Doesn't work, unfortunately. Yo, Nasser. Hello. How you doing? Am I going to play the Dad Simulator Pragmata? Yes, eventually. Apparently, it's a very short and sweet experience, from what I've seen. Also, it's been like it's causing if I were to believe the internet, it's causing like men to want to become fathers. It's making like women's ovaries explode. Like it's the new dad simulator for everybody. Everybody wants to be a papa. So kudos. I will try it. I will try it. But not right now. Like right now, I have games already in my mind that I'm already hyping myself up for. So yeah, it's on the list. Like I wasn't gonna pre-order it. I rarely pre-order anymore. It's now it will be on the wish list. Will be on the wish list. I will grab it at like the first like good enough sale. Doesn't want kids yet, no pragmata. Yeah. I can't afford it yet. I can't afford to buy it and the consequences of playing it. Yo, Nazar, welcome, dude. So yeah, sorry guys, I've had you long enough. So my ideas. Honestly, the preamble for the game is where I'm hazy at. That is why I want to learn. Like, we're gonna watch the trailers first, but the first thing I want to look up is Elden Ring Tarnished. Explained? Sure. Yeah. So the before part of like the prologue of the world is where I'm hazy at. I'm hold on, I'll get to it. What game am I thinking of playing next? Probably God of War, Leon. Probably God of War. Unless like literally, unless this week the Witcher 3 DLC is released, I'm playing God of War. I need something, maybe not immediately on Monday. Again, I need some time to log out of Elden Ring hype. Just a little bit. I will still play good Elden Ring, like even off stream. I just need to like switch gears. Go from okay, I am the Elden Lord. What is the meaning of the world? To I am Kratos, the 7 foot tall, 200 kilo God Slayer, who is now not a God Slayer. Nah, I bet he still kills. He better. What are the Tarnished and how does Grace connect to them? Yes, so pretty much. Like, let's watch the trailers. But from what I understand, so like some like eons ago, so yeah, let's create a timeline. The Elden Ring is shattered. That is point zero, right? That's point zero. So before the shattering, we don't know how long ago the shattering happened. We don't know how long the status quo before the shattering was upheld. The Elden Ring, we know, is something in a way like alien, or we know. Headcanon, right? Before we start this. So the Elden Ring is somehow connected with the Erd Tree and the Greater Will. Which that's a big hazy part, the Greater Will. The Greater Will, in my head, like in layman's terms, is a god. Like a Lovecraftian god from the far realm. Sure. The Greater Will sent Metyr, Mother of Fingers, to create the Fingers. The Fingers create the Golden Order, right? Now, there is no centralized node there. How does that come into the Earth Tree? We've heard of the primordial form of the Earth Tree, the Crucible. The Crucible is like connected also to horns and malformations and like an almost druidic feeling to it. Then Marika, a shaman, apparently. Like, I would need to replay the game again to take notes and connect them. I really don't. So many storylines, so many notions. Let's start at the beginning with the trailers, shall we? So you need to something like kind of different. Play Oblivion Remaster. I could Oblivion Remaster and Tainted Grail are also on the list. So we're gonna open up with the Elden Ring story trailer and the DLC trailer right there. So these two.
Peggy 16.
Then we're jumping into Tarnished explanation. Noob question: the Elden Ring is a physical ring you wear on your finger, and what shattered it? No, the Elden Ring. I'm not sure what the Elden Ring is. I'm really not sure yet. It was somehow shattered by Marika when she wanted to basically throw cancel culture at death. So the Elden Ring is like a monolithic concept of reality. That's why there is like a continuity, let's call it. A law of regression is involved. Death, causality, cause and effect. It feels like the Elden Ring is a cornerstone concept. I never watched this trailer, but also watched the Elden Ring announcement trailer. We did watch it. Hold on.
It happened an age ago.
Hey, honey.
But when I recall, I see it true. On a night of wintry fog,
I love the Nazgul feel.
And the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwyn the Golden.
Ah, the veins of thorns.
Queen Marika was driven to the brink. The shattering ensued, a war that wrought only darkness. The Elden Ring was broken. But by whom? And why?
So, one of the YouTube comments when I posted the Morgoth fight short mentioned that Morgoth and Margit are the same person. So Margit is Morgoth out hunting Tarnished. Which makes sense. They look very similar. They carry the same cane. But it poses the question, why didn't Morgoth use all his power as Margit? Why did he give us room? Power up, basically. Is it just plot armor? Apparently, also, there's been like a million sieges, like at least 2 sieges of Leyndell.
What could the demigods?
Oh, these things, the giant lantern-looking things. Is that vapor? Leaving them like... They do look like the perfumer braziers. Oh shit! I was wondering what those were.
The conqueror of the stars, General Radar. And the blade of Mikkel and Melania the Seventh. These two were the mightiest to remain, and locked horns in combat.
Got him!
But there would be no victor.
Oh shit, the whisper! The nuke.
And so, we inhabit a fractured world, awaiting the arrival of the Elden Lord. Unless, of course, thou shouldst take the crown.
Righty. 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 So yeah. I love that. I love that. I caught the whisper. We read about yesterday about Malenia's whisper to Radan. Miquella awaits his consort, which is so twisted. So twisted. Beautifully twisted. My god. Yo, Shroom. Weekend Vest stream? Yes, sir. Impromptu spoiler full stream. Dude, Shroom. Hello, sir. We just finished the Elden Ring DLC last night, so I'm letting loose the dogs of lore. I'm letting chat spoil me about anything. We're looking at lore videos. Brother, guys, also to anyone who wants to play Elden Ring eventually, please, I love you. Feel free to tune off, right? Spoilers. Spoilers. I should put that in the title, but it's in the title already. Yeah. Spoilers. It's like how Godfrey greeted you the first time. I feel like Godfrey couldn't, in a way, like he wasn't yet. Actually, I don't feel like it was Godfrey, the spirit. I feel like it was literally, not in a way, the remembrance of Godfrey. Like it was the spirit of the Elden Lord, not Godfrey. I don't know if that makes sense. Like it was the Earth Tree trying to summon something. Could be. Not watch the announcement trailer. I swear I have. Am I really not? Did we really miss this? Shit, I'm going for it. I actually haven't seen this. Yo, always good to have you, bro. Always good to have you, matey. Again, big time spoilers. Big time spoilers. Okay, not this, but going forward. Okay, no, I've not seen this. It's like a teaser, right? The announcement. Okay.
I doubt you could even imagine it. That which commanded the stars, giving life its fullest brilliance. The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring. Shattered by someone or something. Don't tell me you don't see it. Look up at the sky. It burns.
Okay. With zero context? That's like, what? I mean, knowing now, even now, actually, like, what? Okay. Okay. Holy shit. Right. I had not seen that. I had not seen that. Okay, hold on. Let me also go through the DLC trailer as well. The Earth Tree trying to summon the Lord. I like that. Oh yeah, like that's what the first Godfrey fight felt like. Like a literal, the same way we summon spirits, so did the Earth Tree summon one. Except the tree had the Godfrey summon, right? We had a jellyfish.
PEGI 16.
Miquella the Kind spoke of the beginning. the seduction, and the betrayal. An affair from which gold arose. An affair from which gold arose.
Is that Miquela? No, right? Who is that? That's not her. I distinctly remember getting the shit annoyed out of me by how big, like literally, what's the word? Voluminous the hair was in the fight.
Arose.
Is that Marika? But
And
no, why
so
would
too was Shadow.
it's Marika when she was a shaman?
Gold arose.
Because we did find she's missing any braids, right? That's her running free. Oh shit, okay. Oh, there is a braid.
And so too was Shadow born.
What though?
What
What is the
followed
gate?
was a war unseen. One that could never be put to song. A purge without grace or
The
honor.
boy! The faithful
The
son.
tyranny of Messmer's flame.
F you! Oh, the divine beasts impaled. Yeah, we did read about that.
And so kindly Miquela would abandon everything.
This trailer is literally like a, what you call it? What's the word? Like a cult propaganda, basically, for Miquela.
His golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate. But we are not deterred. We choose to follow.
Choose to follow. Shit, it is. It is.
Will you walk with us?
Okay. Okay. More questions, but it's fine. Sorry. After the video queue, that's Midra is easy. Carrot. Yeah, okay. I will go to the. I will go to that stuff later. So right now, let's go back. I want to look now. What the hell are the tarnished? Let's see if there must be a. Do we do this? We've clicked this before. No. Oh, we just moused over it before, like this. Must be, yeah. Right? Have I seen this before?
Our story doesn't begin
No.
in the lands between. It begins
Yeah, must have moused over it before. Guys, do I go with this? I don't know that I see some new channels, right? I knew of Vati, but not these guys. Not Smo and NGN. This is too long for just the tarnished. Who are the tarnished? Sure. Let's see one explanation.
Make of thyself
The Vati one? Okay, I might skip through it.
the Elden Remembrance.
I might skip through it a bit.
Our story doesn't begin in the lands between.
Yeah.
It begins in the cosmos, far away, with an outer god called the Greater Will. There are a lot of outer gods mentioned in Elden Ring. You can think of these kind of like the great ones of
There was a way to move the goddamn. Hold on. Okay, never mind.
Bloodborne. They're distant beings. They're all-powerful and they're quite unknowable by design. But many of these outer gods want to make their presence felt in the world. The Greater Will, maybe most of all. To this end, it sent a golden star hurtling towards the lands between. The Elden Star's incantation tells us that this golden star was bearing a beast, an Elden beast. The Elden Remembrance calls it a vassal beast of the Greater Will. If you didn't know, a vassal is someone who holds land on behalf of their overlord. Obviously, this is fitting in this case, because the Elden Beast occupied the lands between on behalf of the Greater Will, and was a living incarnation of the concept of order. As such, this beast would later become the Elden Ring. The Elden Ring itself
Okay, I can follow that. So the beast was the Elden Ring, not not the other way around. I thought like maybe the beast was a manifestation of the Elden Ring or the power of the Elden Ring in Marek. Okay,
is made up of runes of power, some great, some small, that together represent a sort of logic for the world to follow. Thus, the Elden Ring represents order. The true nature of this order is a subject of constant debate and research undergone by fundamentalists.
hold on.
But two of the key fundamentals. The Elden Ring itself is made up of runes of power, some great, some small, that together represent a sort of logic.
So the runes we've been looting from the charred, darkened, bloody and broken corpses of demigods at our feet together constitute the Elden Ring. Okay. So not an Elden Ring. So not like a geometric ring. More of a concept. Okay. So I that's what I got. I understood it like as a metaphysical object, like a cornerstone concept of reality. Because it had some very high concepts related to it. Like we read about causality and regression, death and lack thereof. So the runes then. Okay, that was myopic of me. I was trying to picture a symbolic, literal, like circular object. Yo, Cryptid Man, hello. Share my love for small creators. Also happen to be a lore nerd myself. Oh, welcome in. Yes, guys, sorry. For the newcomers, because we happen to have a few around, it seems. We just finished, just yesterday, we finished my first blind playthrough of Elden Ring and the DLC. It took me about 200 hours. I was exhaustive and exhausting for the viewers in my exploration. I have some ideas about the lore, but I right now we've let the spoilers free. Let them run wild. We're literally diving in. I wanna see what others made of it. Obviously, like I'm late to the party, so I don't mind. Like I'm here a couple of years too late. I wanna see what other people have put into, like in what have they shaped the world into. So love to have you guys. Love to have you. Also, lore nerds, welcome anytime. Manifested by the Greater Will by wanting to be known. The Greater Will probably didn't mean for the creation of the beast, the Elden Ring. All the shard bearers you took out, you can combine their runes to form the Elden Ring. And summon Shenron! Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Let me not get ahead of myself. If you have any specific question, I can share my takes. I don't want to clog the chat with lore drops, though. Give me just a moment. Like, again, please don't drop paragraphs. But yeah, I feel free to share your suggestions as we go. Like, as we touch. I think that's the best. Again, not really. We do this like once per game. We've only done it for Dark Souls and now Elden Ring because holy shit, is the lore like congruent, but like scattered. So yeah. But yeah, feel free
For the
to
world to follow.
join along.
Thus, the Elden Ring represents order. The true nature of this order is a subject of constant debate and research undergone by fundamentalists. But two of the key fundamentals are the laws of causality and regression. You can think of the law of causality as
So weirdly, please do share. Like I love to hear. I have my own takes. I also have a very big brain, so the pride that comes with it. I hope I can, like, some of my ideas I will like more, I think, because I am that shallow often. But I have a lot of gaps. Like, I think I want to see which fits best. I want to see which, like, sorry, jokes aside, my interpretation is out of one single blind playthrough. There's gaps, there's things I've gotten wrong, or not wrong, but there's gonna be better explanations than mine. So feel free to share. Completely sure. Also, causality. So I'm a bit predisposed to this because causality is also a big thing. Again, Elden Ring story has been very alien, very metaphysical in a way, cosmic. That's also been the case with Lovecraft stories, which I've read a lot. I love Lorecraft. And I played a bit of Destiny 2 back when it was cool. I loved Destiny 2 and the lore. The lore of Destiny 2, the very power system of Destiny 2, is centered almost around causality and basically that's where the tricky part comes in. The power of the player in Destiny 2 goes against causality. So it's a very high concept, not in the way not to sound snooty, not that you need to be smart to get it. It's literally like an abstract concept, or it's an abstracted level. So you really you need to think about it a lot. Again, I'm an idiot, big brain, but an idiot. So I have an idea of what causality is more than I would just jumping into it. The headcanon is always cooler. Yeah. I love how the lore of these games is written in such a way that your character and you discover it the same way at the same time organically. Yeah. I'm with you. 100% with you.
cause and effect, where actions have consequences, and those consequences are new causes that branch out into infinity. These are the relationships between things.
Shit, sorry.
Then there's the law of regression that states that all things eternally yearn to converge and return to their roots. Fittingly, then, the Elden Ring is housed within the Erd Tree, which towers over the lands between. But it's very important to stress that life in the lands between did not begin with the Erd Tree, the Elden Ring, or the Elden Beast. No, the lands between were occupied well before the Greater Will came. There were other beings here. There were other factions here. There were other gods here. And there was even another great tree here before the Erd Tree. And this is where
Oh.
a huge twist.
Okay, this is getting juicy. Hold on.
twist regarding the Erd Tree comes in. So, there are incantations in the game called Aspects of the Crucible.
Holy shit. Okay, this was number 2 on my list. I wanted to know what the Tarnished are first. Then I wanted to know what the shit the Crucible is. We've been reading about the Crucible, the primordial form of the Erd Tree, forever. I thought it had some connection with the Skadu Tree and the shamans and what the land between, sorry, the land of shadow is. But hold on, this gets juicy, very juicy. Oh, sorry, one small tidbit I'll share is about Marika's relationship with her twin Nomen sons. Oh, I haven't gotten there, sorry, not yet, but mentally, yeah. It's really tragic on her end because her disgust comes from PTSD. She still loves them though. Her experiences with the horn scent really traumatized her, so she couldn't bear the mark of horns in her own blood. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Gotcha.
According to their
Pin on that. Put a pin in that. I'm gonna come right back to that.
descriptions, these are manifestations of the Erd Tree's primal vital energies. And I quote, "They are an aspect of the primordial crucible where all life was once blended together." But how could all life be blended together in the Erd Tree if the Erd Tree appeared after life existed? Well, there can only be one answer, right? That the Erd Tree is a parasite, and it took over a tree that existed here before.
You guys can't see it. I'm sorry. I think it's chopped up by the ratio. Can I fix that? Hold on. I can fix that. A moment, guys. Sorry. I just realized I'm cropping the scene when I capture my full screen. Here. Just a moment. Sorry. We're right there. Fuck it. I'm not really. I don't have anything I care to hide on my screen. It's just a good practice. Yeah, so you can see now the sources. I realized the subtitles are over it, but these are the source items. I take it. Crucible Tree Helm, Root Resin. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I might not have read all the resins. I just realized.
This ancient tree was called the Great Tree. So the Great Tree.
We've read that. Holy shit. We read about the Great Tree in Limgrave. Oh my god, where was that? We read about the Great Tree. We read about. Oh my god, holy shit, hold on. Mind Palace moment. I read about the Great Tree once, and it was so far back, so close to the start of my playthrough, I couldn't contextualize it with all the other trees, like minor Erd Tree, Erd Tree, Great Tree. I forgot about the Great Tree reference. Oh my god, that's actually. Where did I read it?
Was Erd Tree is a parasite, and it took over a tree that existed here before. This ancient tree was called the Great Tree. So the Great Tree was almost certainly the location of this primordial crucible.
No, it wasn't Siluria's helm. It was way before that. Way before we found Siluria.
It must have been a very powerful primordial force for the Greater Will to have commandeered. It might even be the reason the Lands Between is important to the Greater Will in the first place. It also explains why spells and enemies related to the Great Tree's crucible would eventually be looked down upon. For example, the Knot Talisman is fashioned from a knotted vestige of the crucible, and it was considered a signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly
Yeah,
disdained as an impurity
okay.
as civilization has advanced. Enemies related to the crucible are the Omen, the Misbegotten, and the Crucible Knight, and all three of them would be shunned, enslaved, or imprisoned. Those who speak for the Erd Tree don't want you to know its roots, so to speak. According to the spell, protection of the Erd Tree, in the beginning everything was in opposition to the Erd Tree, but through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order.
Okay.
In Marika's own words, the Erdtree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the order, or divest thyself of it, to wallow at the fringes, a powerless upstart.
But the greater will needed more than a
I like this theory. I do like this theory. It fits. It fits. It really fits. Like, I had forgotten the Great Tree was even mentioned. 200 hours, 200 hours of ingesting stuff has passed since then. Sorry, the Crucible is another thing affected by this PTSD. Weirdly good timing, I pulled that out. Been playing since a few months after release, granted mostly as a duelist. One of the only games I was ever early to. I regret being late to this party, I do. All the Dark Souls, and Elden Ring, I regret being late to. I curse my own ignorance for fearing the difficulty of these games. So, the Great Tree, a force of reality, existed here. The Crucible, where all life stemmed from and converged to. Again, in keeping with causality. What is the Skadu tree then? Actually, when was this released? This was released before. Okay, we'll get to it then later. Oh, there's actually one here. Revelations in Shadow of the Erdtree. Yeah, this is the next one. We're gonna grab the big ones. So the Great Tree existed before the Erdtree. Yes. The Great Tree existed before the Elden Ring. So the Elden Beast. And the Elden Beast took over and parasitized the Great Tree. I think. Great Tree was related to the Crucible and a unique thing of its own before the Great Tree arrived. Yeah. These two were the videos I was gonna recommend you watch. Bro. Not to quote myself, but let me quote myself. You think this is a game? You think the big 5 head is for show? Come on. Thanks, bro. Appreciate. Yeah. I think I was hoping to start with a Tarnished, but yeah, let's go with this. I was indeed. Oh, come on, Bezos. I'm gonna go through the snoozes because fuck it. I have them. Smoke them while I got them.
big tree, it needed loyal agents in the lands between. To this end, it has the Two Fingers, who are its envoys.
Oh,
The Two
and we
Fingers
know.
heirloom-
So the Greater Will sent Metyr and the Elden Beast. Nice. But when did it abandon Metyr? And how did Metyr end up in the Shadow Realm? When did Yu-Gi-Oh become a part of this? Okay, let's see.
has a weird picture of them, but it reads, "Of course, fingers cannot speak, yet these are eloquent. Persistently they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith." These words are interpreted by the finger readers. These are the
Tell me there's actual ASL, like sign language.
undying old crones that you would have found throughout the lands between. They pass down the wisdom of the Two Fingers, or at least they used to.
Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Ladies, please.
I can read them.
Most of them appear to have lost their purpose, and they're desperate to read your fingers and tell you annoying riddles, since their two fingers are likely dead. And yes, of course, there are multiple sets of Two Fingers. You would have found their corpses on the tops of the divine towers. Atop these towers, you loot the fingers in order to activate the true power of a great rune. Specifically, though, you are giving benediction back to your great rune. You're taking a blessing back from the two dead fingers, essentially. This is just one of many
Yeah.
blessings that the two fingers can bestow, and my point is kind of that the two fingers clearly have more than just influence. They have real power on some level. The greater will needs
Okay, now I'm lost there a bit, but I think that's just I'm lost because of a language barrier. Let me try to contextualize benediction. Because benediction can only come to the runes because they are singular runes after the shattering. So why would the blessing of a specific rune alone be given to the fingers if the fingers are so? Oh my god, I'm gonna meme it out. Finger but whole, right? The Elden Ring, as the Elden Beast envisions it, is a monolith, a singular concept. It was only then broken into runes. So why would the fingers have the singular rune?
these powerful envoys and agents because, while it's obviously incredibly powerful, it does seem limited by a few things. First is space. The Greater Will didn't come to the lands between itself, it sent an Elden Beast to do its bidding instead. Second is time. There is a moment later in the game where your pair of two fingers go still because they're forced to commune with the Greater Will for guidance.
When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter
Interstellar
for me.
communication.
But you,
Nice.
how will you ever manage the wait?
So the Greater Will needs a physical manifestation of order. It needs envoys to convey its will, but what it also needs is a god. Introducing Marika the Eternal. I have this utterly enormous mind map of Elden Ring's lore, and
And here I am thinking I'm hot shit because I have recollections of a few characters. Honestly, yes. 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 For shame. This is the way you would go. The way you should go. My god, I'm so. There's a reason this guy is known by all, right? There's a reason. There's a reason this guy is the guy for Elden Ring lore. Crucible, sorry, let me catch up. Crucible is such a cool subject. I love that they're basically just holy shapeshifters. Holy shapeshift. Also, sorry guys, flashbang. Let me get through this.
there's a reason she's at the center. She's
The Land of Shadow was wholly erased from the lands between by Marika to cover up her roots and the Hornsent being slaughtered by her son, which she conveniently abandoned out of fear of his fame. Ooh, because like his sister, Mesmer had fire in his view. Along those lines, I loved that. I don't remember where we read that, but I loved that description. I got you. I think the sister that comes to mind is Melina, I guess. It's the fingers of the dead demigods who possess those runes. Mind map makes sense though. Yeah. Mind map in brief. Marika ruined everything. Honestly, I'm gonna wait a bit until I cast judgment. Thanks to Radagwan in chat. After we finished the game last night, I asked, what have I missed? And I had missed. I weirdly, like I can't believe it, but I did miss the Shaman village. I did. So my last, literally, probably the last thing I remember from my first playthrough of Elden Ring will not be the 4.5 hours of Radan folding me. It will be remembering that Marika was just a little girl in a shaman village where now there is a minor Erdtree with no one to heal. Like I'm gonna wait a bit. Subjective, I know, very subjective, but I want to wait a bit. These are the tellings of a madman lost in Elden Ring lore. But boy, does every village need one. Every game needs a madman to keep the lore in track. Before we jump to DLC, have a video about the base game paintings. I didn't see that earlier, bro, but I'm okay. We'll see if Vat covers it, but I think it's more recent. Riley Ferran chapter 2. Okay, yeah. I'm okay with the paintings. Again, I wanna some stuff we will not cover. Today's stream is gonna be short, right? Like honestly, I wasn't gonna go even this long. But I love to yap. I love yapping with you guys, so we're gonna go for a longer time. That being said, I wanna get through these videos, then I wanna ask you guys, like, what are some big things you think I missed? Or some big things you think would be cool. Hold on. I have to. There we go. I have to ward off Bezos and his ad army once more.
To wallow.
The Great
Oh, shit.
Queen in the air, while it's at the center. She's essentially the equivalent of Gwyn from Dark Souls, except
Okay.
unlike Gwyn, Marika didn't just crawl out of the dark and find power. To an extent, it seems like she earned it. We don't know much about her origins, except that she is of the Newman race, which is actually an origin that you can choose in
Okay,
the character
now we do.
selection screen. Newman come from outside the lands between, and are supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long-lived but seldom born. At some point, Marika was chosen as an Empyrean. What is an Empyrean?
Sure.
Well,
Another
an
question.
Empyrean is a being chosen by the fingers as a candidate for godhood, as an
Okay, so an Empyrean isn't like a race or a lineage. It's a caste.
Empyrean.
Sorry, not a
Marika
caste.
received the aid of a shadow to do her bidding. So what is a shadow?
It's a rank, basically. It's like it's a title or of lordship.
Marika received the aid of a shadow to do her bidding. So what is a shadow? Well, it's a wolf, shadowbound to its Empyrean by the two fingers. Luna Princess Rani is another example of an Empyrean with a shadowbound beast. You would have met Blythe. These creatures
Yeah.
are the Empyrean's very own shadow. They are completely loyal to their needs and, by definition, incapable of treachery. Marika's shadow was a beast called Malakath. Every Empyrean uses their shadow in different ways, but Marika's sole need of her shadow was as a vessel to lock away destined death. So what is destined death? Well, according
So what is a shadow? So what is destined death? I love this. I hope I can appreciate the patience this video must have taken to put together.
to Enya, it's the rune of death.
The rune of death.
Okay, yeah,
goes
this is
by
what I
two
figured.
Names. The other is destined death.
Oh, when
We
did it say
mentioned
that?
earlier that the Elden Ring is made up of runes, and at some point, maybe when she was chosen as a god, Marika plucked the rune of death from the Elden Ring. She gave the rune of death to Malakath, her totally loyal shadow, who bore a black blade imbued with this rune. It's kind of genius, really. In a single act, she removed the concept of death from the lands between, while also commanding total control of death through her shadow, who could deliver it at her whim.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is a power move. It's a big power move. That is like not to create a good parallel, but it's a good parallel. I have become death, destroyer of worlds. She holds the nuke, and she's not afraid to use it because only she can. Oh, but then we learned that she betrayed. Somehow she betrayed Malakath.
Now, some of you might be asking, if death is removed from the lands between, how come I can kill this dog? First off, shame on you. Second, from a lore point of view, that dog isn't really dead. It's simply in the process of its spirit, or its soul, returning to the Erdtree, Catacomb dungeons, for example, are specifically constructed near the roots of the Great Tree for this reason, so that the Erd Tree can reabsorb their ashes back into it. This process replaced the concept of a death that you were destined to have, but this random spirit outside of a catacomb dungeon says it best. As another example of this theory, when you kill a major boss, you receive a remembrance of them. These are spirits, and they are hewn into the Erd Tree. In this way, thanks to the Erd Tree's grace, their spirits are immortalized, in a sense.
Literally, we were just talking about it. This fight felt like the Erd Tree had the ash to summon Godfrey when we could summon a jellyfish.
New form of death also explains what's happening
I love that.
when you summon spirits.
From ash and return to the Erd Tree.
However, some spirits never return to the Erd Tree, and they rise within death as corpses or skeletons instead. So this was the New Order, and it's important to stress that it was in this moment, when the Rune of Death was removed, when Destined Death was taken, this is when Order became the Golden Order.
The forbidden shadow plucked from the Golden Order upon its creation.
Specifically, this was Marika's Golden Order. So not only did she become a god and a vessel for the Elden Ring, she became renowned as Marika the Eternal for her removal of Destined Death. It was a...
Also, okay, I'm guessing this is conjecture and assumption. It's not stated anywhere that the Elden Ring needed a god, right? We just assume it needed a god because a god arose. It makes sense. Unless I missed that. I might have missed that earlier. I'll go back and rewatch.
Huge part of her character and her reign as well. However, Marika had more than just death to conquer. She had wars to fight, as the world was occupied by many forces that could threaten her Golden Order. There was war with the Stormlord, who likely ruled over Stormvale, and there was a war with the Giants, who were masters of a flame that could burn the Erd Tree. There was war with the ancient dragons, who incidentally had stones that could twist time and thus slay a god. And finally, there was war brewing with the Carrion royalty, who had previously obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order. Thus, sort of similar to how the Greater Will...
Oh, so much. Literally, so many things to keep track of. You would need a graph. And a few replays.
An Empyrean to enforce its will. Marika herself needed someone to wage war. So there was to be a husband, a consort, an Elden Lord. The man chosen was Hoarah Loux, a ferocious warrior who became known as the Lord of the Battlefield. His crown was warranted with strength, and while it was for this strength that Marika married him, he was also required to take a vow to conduct himself as a lord. To suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within, Hoarah Loux took the beast regent Sarosh upon his back. You'll notice this is another example of a beast being given for the purpose of serving order. Thus, in this moment, he went from being Hoarah Loux, warrior, to Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, consort to Queen Marika, and a certified demigod.
Certified
Godfrey and
badass.
Marika had 3 demigod children together.
A Chad.
There was Godwyn the Golden, who you saw being killed in the opening trailer, and there were also the reviled Omen twins, Morgott, who guards the Erd Tree, and Mohg, who became Lord of Blood. You might think that Godric was another demigod child, but he actually wasn't. Instead,
It was
he
a
was
worse.
descendant from Godwyn. Anyway, we'll talk about the demigods more in detail in another video, so subscribe for
Sorry. Is it the lines between connected to Dark Souls and Bloodborne? Like the Fog Realm? Oh, like Ash Lake. I heard the theory back in Dark Souls 1 when we were playing Dark Souls 1. Someone mentioned that all of Miyazaki's worlds are rumored to be connected. I like it as a theory. there could be merit to it, but I've not seen it confirmed yet. Not yet. I almost want to subscribe to it as a theory. I like it. I like it as a theory. I do. Yo, Unknown Twig. This was my first playthrough, mate. We literally just finished last night. Last night. I spent the better half of a 10.5 hour stream fighting Radan just last night. So we're here. Today, I usually don't stream on Saturdays. We're here now just basically trying to make sense of some of the lore. Yeah. Yo, Shane, play Elden Ring's mod? Does all 3 combat mechanics combined? I don't really bother with mods, so like in most games I don't. Even in Skyrim, I never bother with mods. I will look it up afterwards. Thanks, I will look it up, but I usually prefer to jump from game to game in a way. How did I like the game? Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Easy top 10. Easy top 10. Loved it. Like I started the games recently. I am very new to FromSoft and equally as new to Souls-likes. I just played Dark Souls 1 and 3 before Elden Ring. I just spent almost 2 months doing like a very, very slow and exploratory playthrough of Elden Ring. I loved it, mate. I loved it. Honestly, like from the base game, from base to tip, amazing. Amazing. In fact, I think like the story is a bit more alien than Dark Souls was. I feel like the Dark Souls 3 and 1 stories, although also like scattered, was a bit more digestible. I feel like I feel a bigger need to start watching videos about the Elden Ring story than I did with Dark Souls. But I loved the game. Like, what's the point of pretending?
That
Oh, sorry. Are there any items or NPCs that pass over the games? I don't think so. I mean, there's Patches. Sarina, there's Patches who appears. So far, he's been in all the games I've played. I can only imagine he also appears in more. So yeah. Also, holy shit. I just noticed now, Jaden, I'm so sorry. 20 stream streak like an hour ago. Around, mate. I apologize. Thank you. Like we said last week, Dark Souls is medieval gothic. Elden Ring is cosmic. Yeah. 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 First time I played the game, I struggled with Radahn for 2-ish hours trying to beat him. If you mean Radahn on the DLC, holy shit, that's fast. I bet actually, who am I kidding? Like, I'm sure there's people who like one tried him. God damn. Awesome, dude. It took me like 4.5 hours of trying to basically bust through him. And I did, which was fun. But yeah, holy shit, 2 hours? That's bro. Also, that's another thing. I wanna see like how other people played. I wanna see what other people. I wonder. I played the entirety of the DLC with just a sword, a cape, and some rolls. I think I'm gonna try out some parries and some magic. I may have missed out. Like my own. Okay, again. Never mind. My own headstrongness kept me from changing that last night. But goddamn. Yeah, Radahn, nice. 2 hours? Holy shit, bro. Yeah, it took me a lot more than that. Like double that.
But for now, just know that Godfrey and his offspring were the first demigods, henceforth known as the Golden Lineage. In his wars, Godfrey led his 16 Crucible Knights into battle.
Oh, we have a number.
Were named so for they fought with the primordial powers of the Erd Tree. Their incantations were aspects of the Crucible itself, and they likely fought giants, dragons, the Stormlord, and more to usher in their age, the age of the Erd Tree.
In Marika's own words, hark, brave warriors.
Hark.
Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden Ring for the age of the Erd Tree.
The Erd Tree would go on to be largely seen as a blessing for all of
Okay.
those in the lands between, especially those close to it in Lanedell, the capital city of the Erd Tree. The tree bestowed blessings. For example, the dew that dropped from its branches were like jewels. It loomed overhead as a constant reminder of order, and its roots reached far and wide, relieving many of the burden of death. In fact, Erd Tree burial
Okay.
was one of the highest honors a hero could receive.
30 hours into a sorcery playthrough. I think like maybe for New Game Plus, because I have all the blink and they can straight up make a proper build. I think I might try sorcery and I don't know actually what a parry build entails. I'll just look it up after this.
One by one, the previous factions of the world fell. The giants were put to the sword, and their fell god was killed by Marika herself. The ancient dragons broke down the walls of Lanedell, but met fierce retaliation. However, I think the House of the Erd Tree encountered the most trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia. Here, the House of the Moon repelled their offensives time and
Yeah!
time again. And I mean that literally, because there was not just one, but 2 wars fought here, and in both of these, there was no victory for the Golden, nor for the Moon. And I suspect it was probably because of these lobsters. These damn things can snipe you from like a mile away, and it was probably because of the Carrier Knights, who, according to
Yeah,
their weapons, were
fuck
able to
those
wield
guys.
sorcerous battle skills, and despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for even the champions of gold in battle. These enchanted knights were anointed by the Lunar Queen, a young astrologer who went on to establish the House of Caria as royalty in this land. With her bewitching lunar magic, she won over the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where glintstone sorcery was studied, and united the Carian royal family and the learned scholars of Raya Lucaria.
Oh man, it's been ages. It's been ages since we were in Raya Lucaria. I now realize how long it's been since we played the game first. Yo, Twig, bro, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. Holy shit, I'm glad you're enjoying this. I'm so glad to have you. Have you posted your playthrough on YouTube? Yes. There is a playlist. Hold on. I only have it up. Hold on. There we go. So if you go to playlists, I have the VODs here only. I don't have the actual live because I don't save these. They're too random. My streams are too random. I only save actual playthroughs as playlists. So I have Dark Souls 1, 3, and now Elden Ring. Yeah. Channel name. It's right below. There is a link on Twitch in the about page. If you're on mobile, I actually don't know where the mobile would put it. It's Ves Versus. Sorry, it's the same thing. But there should be a link. Right? Tell me I have the link there. Yeah, there's a link right here. Tell me I have the link there. Yeah, there's a link. Oh, my voice. No. Yet got. Oh man. Again, it's been like almost 2 months since we started the game, so it's over a month since we were in Raya Lucaria first.
Lucaria defended their home from the golden aggressors. At the head of this great golden army was Radagon.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host when he met Lady Renala in battle.
These 2 champions
When he
Like, this looked bad on Renala. Holy shit, what is that? Like, literally losing aura.
met Lady Renala in battle.
These two champions clashed, fell in love, and joined their houses.
Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Renala. The Order of the Erdtree and the fate of the moon were conjoined, and all the wounds of war forgiven.
You might think it's
But, oh my god, okay, now my head hurts even more. But Radagon is Marika. Did they become one later, or were they always one and the same? Again, timeline issue. What they had, that's a choice. A choice, right?
strange that the Greater Will would permit this union, but it's not too odd, all things considered. As with most From Software games, sorcery and faith are just two sides of the same coin, and both of these powers stem from the cosmos. Radagon and Renala were known to have 3 children together. Lunar Princess Rani, who inherited her mother's propensity for lunar magic, Radahn, who took after his father Radagon and would go on to master gravitational magic, and Rykard, who pioneered new hex sorceries and would go on to feed himself to a great Radagon and would go on to master.
Okay, so Rani, Rykard, Radahn, love the names, were Renala's children. Godwyn, Mog, and Morgoth were Marika ex Godfrey,
Gravitational magic, and Rykard, who pioneered new hex sorceries and would go on to feed himself to a great serpent. It follows that at
Okay.
some point after this, Marika began to harbor doubts. Doubts about the Golden Order, that she had had a hand in creating.
In Marika's own words, I declare mine intent to search the depths of the Golden Order through understanding of the proper way. Our faith, our grace is increased. Those blissful early days of blind belief are long past. My comrades, why must ye falter?
And it's at this point that we should talk about Marika's motivations.
Okay. Okay. In 10 minutes, I can give you my take on Radagon Marika. Okay. Is your Dark Souls lore video on your playlist too? It should be. I'm pretty sure it is, guys. If it's not, I will put it back. But someone asked about that before. I'm pretty sure I put up both for DS1 and DS3. The video, the final stream with the lore should be there. It's not big. Like, we didn't go into in depth with Dark Souls 1. Did we do one for Dark Souls 3 actually? Or we might have seen just a few videos at the end of Dark Souls. I can't remember. It's been a long time. If there is one, it's there, or I will put it there. If by tomorrow there isn't one, we just didn't do one. I'm trying to remember. Radahn originally learned gravity magic, to not crash his horse. Yeah! Yes! Dude, Twig, yes! That's actually, that's one of the first things I noticed. The little, like, poor Don Quixote horse underneath Radahn. We read about that. Where did we read about that? The Remembrance? Yes. So awesome. So awesome.
Her character. This is
Also, yeah, guys, sorry. These lore streams aren't really big. Like, I never do a big segment on lore. Because most of the lore we discuss while playing the games. I know it doesn't help. Like, we were talking about like 100 hours per game. But yeah, don't expect like a huge thing. Even this, like this has gone longer than most streams I do about Lord Go. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, I'll go for like another half hour maybe. Then call it wherever we are.
To be one of those huge points of debate in the coming years, but For now, my working theory is that she wanted to discover the truth behind order and the truth behind the greater will, and she believed that bonds had to be broken so that they could be better understood. She believed that there was great meaning to be found in hardship.
Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue.
No, fuck off. No, talk about unreliable narrator. Gideon douchebag. Okay, I like that concept actually. I like that. That Marika is exploring concepts, dissecting them almost, like straining them to test them, see where they work or break. Very, very, like, very clinical concept, but I like it. I really like it. Yo, Alina, hello. How you doing? Also, again, I know. I'm not sure if you've played Elden Ring. Spoilers, big spoilers. Sorry, I have. That's how I say hello for this stream. Short as it is, big spoilers. Good to have you. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you? Holy shit, yeah, it's so odd to be on live on a weekend. It's been ages since I've done a weekend stream. I'm great. It's good to see you. How are you? How you doing? It's holy shit, it's early for you guys. Again, I'm astounded by how early how early it is for NA right now. Transatlantic time zone magic. Yeah. Hello. Doing well. Was able to sleep and lay in bed. That's the way Saturdays should be. It's what we made them for. Just chill. Hell, do it tomorrow too. It works.
You to struggle. Onto eternity.
For Lord Godfrey, his struggle.
Okay, hold on.
ended at
Oh,
the-
yeah, sorry. For the few who just joined, like we finished Elden Ring last night. We're now just going over some basic lore videos, like trying to make sense of the giant web of story beats and lore nodes. So yeah, spoilers. Here be spoilers. Big time for today. Big time. But it's good to see you guys. It's very good to see you. How you doing? Holy shit. I'm sorry. I've been very engrossed. Literally, very engrossed. Very engrossed. Like, I'm lost in the sauce. I'm very lost in the sauce right now. I haven't been speaking as much, which, like, says a lot. I love Elden Ring and its lore. Oh, bro, like, it's a whole new world. A brave new world. Like, Dark Souls. Miyazaki. Same here. It's 10:25 p.m. I've got a best lore stream. Yeah. Hey, holy shit. Okay. Just in time. Just in time for bedtime. Love Elden Ring gameplay. Oh, I'm so sorry. The gameplay was beaten out of me last night. I'm done with Souls-likes for a little bit. I was getting folded in half repeatedly for like 4.5 hours. Oh. Marika is corrupted Radagon, and Marika orchestrated our beginning as a tarnished with no memory. The soul of Godwyn. Marika is corrupted by Radagon. Oh, I like that theory actually. I need to hold on. I need to chew on that for a bit. Okay. What game is next? Probably God of War. Alina, I need a break from high intensity gameplay. I want some cinema that I can play through. I need an interactive movie, basically. That's it. Yeah. So I think God of War will serve those purposes. Let's go.
End of his campaigns. According to his armor, he led the war against the giants, faced the Storm Lord alone, and then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell, and it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. In truth, he was robbed of his grace. Then Marika sent him away.
My lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die.
This became known as the Long March of the Tarn.
Oh shit! So we were used. We came. We won. We got thrown away. Okay, we as the Tarnished. Okay. This match I had somehow connected because it figured like the Tarnished are the ones who are fit to become Elden Lord. Okay. So in theory, every Crucible Knight is also tarnished. Or were they... The Crucible Knights might have had a different, like, inner strength because of their connection to the Crucible. Okay. Exciting. Never played God of War before. I've heard it's good. Oh, mate. Like, I grew up on God of War. I'm very excited to get back into it. I have some spoiled parts of God of War, but I don't care. It's not enough to ruin it for me. It's just enough to tantalize the gamer senses, you know? Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. 10 minutes painting video, Dryleaf, even discussing the above. I will look it up. I will probably look it up off stream, no mate, because I don't think I have time. Like, I have to be gone in like 40 minutes, so I can only go for about 30 more. But yeah, I will keep it I will keep it in mind. Holy shit, I can't even speak.
As Godfrey and his tarnished descendants walked away from the lands between. But Queen Marika absolutely...
Descendants, not his army. That's what I thought. I thought the same way, like the soldier of God, Rick, had found himself under the grave. So had we, as a soldier of God,
had a plan here, that Lord Godfrey and his descendants would one day return stronger, having struggled outside of grace.
Then, after thy death, I will give back what I once claimed, return to the lands between, wage war, and brandish the Elden Ring, grow strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord.
Okay, now I'm lost.
Lord Godfrey.
Soon after, she found a new husband. Either that or a new husband was found for her.
When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort.
I too grew up with the OG God of War. The new take in the new Pantheon is so good. Right. I even read, it's years. It might have been just, internet hubbub, but I read that there were hints or like teasers for even more pantheons, like Egyptian, what's it called? Mesoamerican, right? I think that's the word, or even like Eastern and Hinduistic. Not sure what the right adjective is there. Yeah, but I'm invested in Kratos and his story. I really want to go. I want to see where it goes. I really do.
Taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover, why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Whatever the case, as a part of this union, Radagon's prior 3 children with Renala became demigod stepchildren, granted grace thanks to their new family tree. Renala was broken by this, and so was her country, Leonia. The Queen's set reads, when Renala, head of both the Academy of Raya Lucaria and the Carian royal family, lost her husband Radagon, her heart went along with him. And then those at the Academy realized that Renala was no champion after all. In the wake of Radagon's betrayal and Renala's poor judgment, Leonia struggled with Carian royals on the other. And it's here, during
Sorry, guys. I might skip a bit forward here. Next God of War is most likely Egypt. Ooh, there's actual. Okay, I like that. Like your thoughts on this? Thank you, thank you. I grow them myself. That's not funny, dude. What came to mind? Egypt. Egypt. Hold on. Let's get into the Norse saga first. Holy shit, bro. I love that. I more than anything, I love that there's gonna be more God of War. Period. Like a Zandra, a pioneer in itself.
Age of the Erd Tree that Luna Princess Rani, daughter of Renala and Radagon, stole a fragment of the Rune of Death.
It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade.
As mentioned previously,
of the Tree, long before the shattering of
Rogier.
It happened during the golden age of the Erd Tree, long before the shattering of the Elden Ring. Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade.
As mentioned previously, Malekith was Marika's shadow, and he had sealed destined death in a black blade. Then a fragment, only a fragment, of this Rune of Death was stolen. And once this happened, Malekith went a step further in protecting destined death. He bound the blade within his own flesh, such that
I
no
love
one
the
brought
reverse.
death ever again.
Reverse
Too late,
cinematic.
However, this fragment of the Rune of Death was used immediately, that night, to kill a demigod, Marika's own son, Godwyn the Golden.
That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history.
Okay.
And it became the
Okay.
catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering.
Now, there is a lot of really credible evidence that Marika was behind this plot to have a fragment of the Rune of Death stolen. There's also a ton of evidence that Marika is behind the entirety of your tarnished quest, but we'll talk about that in another video.
Whoa, that actually
For
sounds very
All
interesting.
you really need to know, in terms of the timeline at least, is this. After the marriage of Marika and Radagon, and after a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen, Marika went on to shatter the Elden Ring, and Radagon attempted to repair it, to no avail. The Elden Ring had been broken into runes, some great and some small.
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret.
Okay.
A famed sculptor of the Erd Tree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Of course, the huge twist in Elden Ring is that Radagon is Marika, or depending on what you believe, he became her.
That is
She
my
knew it was
belief.
going to happen.
In Marika's own words, O Radagon, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
You can tell when From Software is keeping something a little bit open-ended, and of everything in Elden Ring's lore, this will also go on to be one of the biggest unknowns as we move forward. For example, the wording, thou art yet to become me, reinforces that Marika and Radagon were two separate entities before the Shattering. However, in contrast, there is also evidence that Radagon was always part of Marika. For example, Enya says that
the demigods
I
are
don't
each
trust
and
Enya.
all the direct offspring of Queen Marika.
but how can this be if Radagon married Renala and had those demigod children? The only way that makes sense is if Radagon was always Marika and he just went over there to seduce Renala long ago.
That's
I'll
actually
present more
good.
concrete theories in the future, but on this matter, the most important thing is, what do you think? While you can figure out a ton of Elden Ring's story, not all of it is open to interpretation. Certain things are, and this is one of them. And your interpretation is a big part of what makes this story special. At any rate, the union of Radagon and Marika seems to be a union of two fundamental opposing laws of the Golden Order. We mentioned these laws earlier, actually. There's the law of causality,
Yeah.
and Marika is an agent of cause and effect. And there's the law of regression, as Radagon is a character who aspires to be complete and regress together. So I have a theory that forcing these two beings that represent these concepts together would have corrected Marika's deviance. But even so, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree for the crime of the Shattering.
Marika's trespass demanded a heavy sentence. But even in shackles, she remains a god and the Vision's vessel.
The conjoined Radagon and Marika even had two demigod children of their own, Miquella and Millennia. These two children were born afflicted. Miquella was cursed with eternal childhood, and Millennia harbored a horrific rot within. Even so, these two children were both chosen as Empyreans.
So God
They were immensely
candidates.
sacred beings and eligible to inherit godhood from the Greater Will. Perhaps the Greater Will was just desperate to find a worthy successor, and indeed in the Shattering War to come, many would try to claim the shards of the Elden Ring, and they would try to take the throne, including, of course, the Tarnished, who returned from their long march at long last. Which we'll talk about in the next main lore video. I should probably also mention here that if you become a patron, you'll see upcoming lore videos early, as that's one of the rewards you get if you pledge to the $3 tier. And if you think my
guys,
channel
hold
really
on.
adds a lot of value
I think it's
to
only
Souls
right.
games for you to the point where you pledge $20, then in this new tier you'll receive
The video
a new
right
mode
here.
every 3 months
I'm
that
pretty sure
has
most of you
a
have seen
unique
it, but
design on it,
all
to
the
do with
same.
games by From Software.
Vatividia,
There are 4 to
the
go.
man, the myth, the
First
legend.
one you'll get is inspired by Dark Souls, then Elden Ring, then Sekiro, and finally Bloodborne. And they all have fantastic art that I worked on with an amazing artist named Chu. But anyway, I figured this is the right place to end this video because the information here is going to be overwhelming. I bet it probably was too overwhelming, you know? It took me ages to commit these names and the relationships they had with other characters.
Yeah,
to
holy
memory,
shit.
So I hope you guys are doing alright. One thing that helped me a lot was that we designed an enormous mind map with pretty much all of Elden Ring's lore, all of its item descriptions, all of its dialogues, all of the relationships between characters that we can think of. We added all of this together and it helped a ton in learning about the story and
The man put in
visualizing it all.
effort.
And one day I will make this asset
Physical
available to you all
and
because I think
mental
after
effort.
doing it, I think this is the quintessential way to piece
Holy
together
shit.
the story, and I think giving you guys this asset eventually will make that accessible for people. So I'm really excited about that. I want to thank Absa and Zard for accepting the paid task of helping me put all the raw data into this mind map so that I could better understand everything. I want to thank Paragod for fulfilling all of my footage requests and creating so many cinematic scenes for this video and for you all to enjoy. And I last of all want to thank John Devlin for the incredible thumbnail. And of course, thank you for watching. There are some really exciting things ahead, and I actually believe this might be the best story that From Software have ever put together. I just think not only are there so many amazing item descriptions, but so many of them are impactful. There are so many moments where you piece together the story and have like a eureka moment, and I'm enjoying it so much. But now I'm gonna go and play the game a little bit because
I feel
been
that.
editing this video for too long.
Honestly, I feel like playing right
See you
now.
next time.
He never released it? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I bet it might be. I would also assume that something for the maybe the Patreon supporters. It makes sense, right? That's a paid task. So yeah, cool. So much effort went into that video. So also I'm gonna have to watch more. Yeah, like, do I have time to watch this one? Oh, this is even longer. Holy shit, man! The DLC one is even longer. Hold on, let me see if I can find something to see here. I think we can have time to see the Marika and Shaman Village part. That's honestly, right now, that's the most intriguing part, because it feels like the Marika Shaman Village situation ties into the rest of the game. Yeah, sorry guys, again, I can't go for a very long stream today. I have I did have something scheduled, so this will have to wait until whenever. Maybe might just even talk shit about Elden Ring lore as we go through the games, other games. Sorry, another off-topic one, Vest. Did you know they're making an Ad Hoc Studios, a game based on Critical Role's World of Exandria? So you mean like Dispatch? It sounds familiar. That does sound familiar, but no, I remember people talking about it because of Dispatches during the big break of Dispatch. I love Dispatch. Also, like an amazing game. I haven't laughed as much as when I played Dispatch in years playing video games. Like Dispatch was amazing. I'm looking forward to that. Holy shit, yeah. W. Laura Bailey for keeping that show alive. The game alive, not the show. Okay, yeah, let's watch this.
I'm willing to bet that as soon as you entered this place, you knew that we were going to get some answers in the shadow of the Erd Tree. And we have. There are satisfying revelations regarding Queen Marika, and Miquella, and the Omen, and dragons, and the gods. We even now know what Melania whispered to Radahn in this scene before her scarlet flower bloomed in Caelid. This video will only scratch the surface. It's just an overview, a teaser of new revelations and the foreshadowing of a deeper analysis to come. So let's get into it, and this time, let's begin at the end.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna watch a bit of this. Like, we're gonna watch a few, 10-15 minutes of this, then I might call it. Because I'm sorry, I really have to go in 15 minutes. Oh, god damn it. Oh, this man is gonna be my feed for a while.
Promised consort Radahn. On your 400th attempt, you can read the remembrance of a god and a lord, which states, in their childhood, Miquella saw in Radahn a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in
Radahn is the son of Radagon and Renala. Miquella is the son of Radagon and Marika.
Stark contrast.
So step brothers.
With their afflicted selves. The cutscene that plays here is a memory.
Lord brother. I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow,
The Golden Vow? What vow? Hold on, I'm just realizing. We saw this last night.
promise me you'll be my consort. I'll make the world a gentler place.
That Radahn. And so Miquella made his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. Now, this ending and the reappearance of Radahn has received a lot of early criticism, but I think this encounter does go a lot deeper than some people are giving it credit for. For example, we're hearing about Miquella's side of the vow in this scene and about what Miquella wants, but what about Radahn? What was his part of the vow? What did he want? There is evidence of Radahn being kind, sure, but this is also a man who celebrates war. Did he truly share Miquella's vision for an age of compassion? And if he wanted to be with Miquella, why did he fight so vehemently against his death in the lands between that would have brought his soul to...
I haven't even had time to think about that. Holy shit. That is also such a big sign. Like, it started as a meme in chat, but Mikel Lester is appropriate, it seems. Yeah, there is a bit of duality there, because Radan wasn't whom you would call warm, kind, compassionate. He was a warrior. Not necessarily evil, but filled with battle lust, I would say.
To the realm of shadow with Miquella. But the most chilling thing about this story, I think, is that even if Radahn did want to become Miquella's lord, and I can see that side of the argument too, to be fair, but even if he did want that, do Radahn's wants even matter in the face of Miquella the Kind?
Yeah.
As we speculated long ago, from items like the Bewitching Branch, Miquella has the power of enchantment over others. He has the power to steal hearts. Literally, if you are embraced by him twice in the final fight, your heart is stolen, and it's like a part of you dies.
Lord of the Old Order.
Oh shit! I was too good a player to have this happen.
This effect can also
Holy
be seen
shit!
in Miquella's faithful band, who overcome their differences and shortcomings to fight for Miquella's cause, until Miquella's enchantment is broken, and they turn at each other's throats. And what makes Miquella a fascinating character is that he isn't manipulating others for selfish reasons. His cause actually is righteous. When he wields love as a weapon,
Oh my god!
he does cause that he
That is the same helmet.
isn't
Hold on, it's the
manipulating
Solitude one.
others for selfish
I'm like,
reasons. His
Deja vu,
cause
painful
actually
deja vu.
is righteous. When he wields love as a weapon, he does it genuinely.
That is the
to
Helm of
make the world
Solitude.
a better place, without any intent to cause harm. However, such acts are still oppressive. If your want is taken away, what is left of you that remains? Perhaps the saddest example of this is Mohg, who, as we speculated, was indeed under Miquella's spell.
Once, in an attempt to free Lord Mohg from his enchantment, I challenged tender Miquella, only to have my own heart rather artfully stolen. I knew not how weak I was. I believed that with sufficient mastery, even the Empyrean would be within reach of my blade. I could not have been more mistaken. Miquella the Kind is a monster, pure and radiant. He wields love to shrive clean the hearts of men. There is nothing more terrifying.
In the Specimen Storehouse, you can find the Secret Rite Scroll, which details the secret rite by which Miquella will ascend to godhood. It reads, "A lord will usher in a god's return, and the lord's soul will require a vessel." Ansbach reveals Miquella's plans.
Mohg's corpse.
After Lord Mohg's slaying at his dynastic palace, it appears his body has been absconded with and taken straight to kind Miquella. As if using Lord Mohg to gain entrance to the land of shadow were not enough, he plans to use his corpse as the vessel of his king consort. He has forsaken Lord Mohg's soul. He desires only his empty shell.
In your fight with Radahn, you might have noticed the horns sprouting from his gauntlets.
I did not.
His tendency to perform
That
flame
one I did.
This is because Radahn occupies Mohg's body, fulfilling the terms of the secret rite at the Gate of Divinity, where Miquella will become a god. So, in retrospect, Mohg was under Miquella's spell all along and became obsessed with Miquella, believing that they would ascend together as Lord and God. But Miquella had plans for Mohg, not just as a corpse to pull into the realm of shadow as a vessel for Radahn's soul, but as Ansbach reveals, Mohg was also used as a means for Miquella to enter the realm of shadow in the first place. A while back I speculated that the realm of shadow was a sort of death dimension, and that Miquella's sacrilegious death at the hands of Mohg might have been intentional so that Miquella could enter the realm of
Oh,
shadow.
I actually
and
never considered that.
Actually,
Also,
surprisingly,
goddamn,
those
yeah.
speculations were proven correct as well. Ansbach confirms that Mohg enabled Miquella to enter, and the Tower of Suppression makes it clear that all manners of death wash up in the realm of shadow, which lies at the very center of the lands between. Incidentally, Radahn's return also answers one of the biggest mysteries of Elden Ring, which was what Melania whispered to Radahn as she let the rot flower blossom at the end of their fight. According to the young lion's helm, she whispered, "Miquella awaits thee, O promised consort." And so Melania's southward march to Caelid is finally explained as well.
This made sense
she was
also.
there to kill Radahn so that his soul could be taken to the realm of shadow.
Freaking Miquella,
and
man.
the vow could be upheld. at any
Freaking
cost.
Miquella.
Once transported to the realm of shadow, Miquella set off for the tower, and as his great rune says, on the way he abandoned everything: his golden flesh, his blinding strength, even his fate, all in this attempt to bury the original sin, to embrace the whole of it and be reborn as a new god.
Miquella has said as much himself. He wishes now to throw it all away. He says the act, though undoubtedly painful, will sear clean the Earth Tree's wanton sin. The truth of his claim can be found at each cross. It is evidence enough to earn my belief.
But what was the Erd Tree's sin that Miquella died and was reborn for?
Grace?
Well, now we've talked about the end, this brings us to the beginning.
Miquella the Kind spoke of the beginning. The seduction and the betrayal. An affair from which gold arose. And so too was Shadow born.
These words come from Leda, and while she never says them in-game, they're pretty damn important, because with Marika in the footage, it's clear that this was her seduction and her betrayal. That was the affair from which gold arose and Shadow was born. The same music that played in that moment also plays here, in the village where it all began, the Shaman village, to the northeast. At its center is this, a minor Erd tree, an incantation which reveals that this was Marika's home, which she one day bathed in gold.
She was
Marika's
seduced
home
by
was a
the
shaman
Elden
village.
Ring?
The implication clearly being
Greater
that
Will?
she herself was a shaman. This
After
was likely
communing
a
with it.
matriarchal society of other Numen women, though that's perhaps speculation better left for another video. Put simply though, a shaman is defined as someone who has influence in matters of the spirit. Their spirituality is what's valued here, and it's on this point that this story takes a bit of a dark turn.
Oh, really?
The message at the hidden entrance actually reads, "Have mercy for the spirited away shamans."
I forgot that.
Adjacent to this message is the statue that moves aside at the sign of the
Spirit
"O Mother"
away
gesture in Messmer's Shadow Keep. This emote is a clue to the truth, and it actually leads us all the way down here to where the "O Mother" gesture can be found.
That's where we found
dire
it.
place is called Bonnie Village, and a phantom at the Whipping Hut here
Oh man,
elaborates on just who the shamans
that's where we
were,
read about the shamans.
or rather, the value they had. He
They were
states,
made
"For
into...
pity's sake, your place is in the jar. Nigh sainthood itself awaits you within. For shamans like you, this is your lot. Life were you accorded for this."
Oh god,
time."
this makes so much
So the
sense.
shamans, in the words of their abusers at least, were accorded life for a singular purpose, and that was to be stuffed inside of jars with others.
Yeah, I would also hate the world. If that were to be my fate.
Nearby whip, bestrewn with rotting, misshapen teeth, elaborates on how and why it was used on the shamans. For one, it states that the pain it inflicts was used to encourage their obedience, but additionally, it says that as their wounds ripen, they grow inflamed and ooze pus, and the flesh of shamans was said to meld harmoniously with others. So it is that the shamans stuffed into jars become this living amalgam of beings, presumably with the flayed shaman herself at the fore. So now we know what happened to the shamans. They were whipped into submission and forced inside of jars. We know a little bit of the why as well. Apparently it was done so that they could become saints. But the next question I want to answer is who? Who did this to them? Well, it was the Horn Scent. The caterpillar mask.
Yeah, we did loot this mask, or sorry, this mask did mention the prelates, right?
Mask, worn by Hornsent himself, reveals that it was a ritual implement of the greater potentates of Bonny
Potentates, not
Village,
prelates, sorry.
which is this very village where we just discussed the evidence of the shaman's abuse. It goes on to state that the mask was used to
Oh my god, there are no good sides. Everybody's an asshole.
ward off thoughts of impurity, doubt, temptation, and other wickednesses one is vulnerable to while absorbed in divine ritual. And man, if you need to ward off thoughts of doubt and wickedness,
Oh, now I get the PTSD that Cryptid mentioned earlier. Okay.
while you're stuffing flayed people inside of jars, maybe what you're doing is just straight up wrong. I'm starting to understand why Marika purged the realm of shadow
Yeah.
with fire. It's as Leda says.
They were never saints. They just happened to be on the losing side of a war.
But if this mask wasn't
Yeah.
proof enough of the Hornscent being responsible, look at Bellarat Jail. It's below Bellarat itself, which was the settlement of the Hornscent, and to this day the innards and the shamans remain, with the shamans offering their prayers to the innards of the great jars, such that they might be reborn one day into sainthood. But what is sainthood?
I never read into those descriptions because they seemed unimportant. Which honestly, I'm ashamed to say. Because there is nothing out of place in this game. Nothing. Nothing. All these things seemed so small. Like, again, hindsight helps. You would need multiple playthroughs to piece these together. Piece these together. Holy shit. My English is now failing me. Holy shit, man. I do like this. I do like this. This piecing together.
Well, it's never explained directly. I do have some ideas, but they might have to wait for another video. What we do know is that the Hornscent were obsessed with invoking divinity, and
the divinity they invoked, we read that. Because that's also, oh my god, the primordial form of the Earth Tree. There is a reason why maybe Marika was inclined to help the beast parasitize the Earth Tree, because the Crucible, the primordial form of the Crucible, is the form of the magic these guys channeled. We read that in one of the spells.
forcing the shamans to achieve sainthood was likely one facet of that. So, it's the Hornscent that we need to discuss next.
Holy shit. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna edge you, but I can't stay on longer. Holy fuck. Dude. The lore is still in depth and intricate. It's hard to believe it was the work of only 2 minds and the development team. Yes. Like, the back and forth of literally creating. It's like, think of it like creating. Wait, let me put this. Let me say this correctly. It's like you create parts of. You create parts of a painting that you want to make into a puzzle. You create some parts of the painting you then cut the puzzle pieces and are left to fit in the rest of the gaps so they fit and create a painting. Like it must have been painstakingly and like the effort must have been painstaking to make this. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys. I wish I could go longer, but I really can't. I really can't. There will be more lore talk possibly in the next streams. We'll see how Monday goes. I'm really not sure. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna start with God of War setup. Yo, so do I use Discord? Yes, I do have a Discord server for the stream, but not really. Like, I'm not big Discord fan. I should be a big Discord user, but right now I'm just using the server for notifications mostly, for like streams, going live, schedule changes, etc. There is a stream Discord, but yeah, right now again, it's not. I'm not good at this so much. Like, I'm not good at the community creating, handling. I hope I can get better at as we go, but right now I'm literally just a guy who plays games on the internet. It feels a bit pretentious to go further than that for now. Good to see you on the weekend. Yo, I'm glad to have you. I'm glad to have you guys. Again, sorry I literally can't go much longer. I'm literally bound by social responsibilities. Hold on. Yeah, please add me. Yeah. No worries. In general, I really don't add people on Discord. I don't know at least well enough. But yeah, go for it. I don't make a habit of it. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it. Like, in general, I'm very much when I'm not streaming, I don't really. I separate stream and extracurricular activities. Let's call it. Yeah, but I appreciate it. Yeah, sure. Give me a friend request. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining this impromptu stream. I'm gonna call it here. I need to be out of the house in 6 minutes. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Honestly, I can't wait to read more. I can't wait to read more, to see more. Enjoy your weekends. Enjoy the rest of the Saturday, and probably back on Monday. Honestly, I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do on Monday. We might be starting God of War. Like, maybe. Yeah. We're living in the moment. We might be playing a bit more Elden Ring. Honestly, we'll see how it goes. So, anyways, yeah, guys, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Rest well. Enjoy the start of your week, and see you around. Cheers.